pivotal point, and obviously kind of you think about starting up from very little, and you know, without going too far into it, you know, you've got to get the raptors there, you've got to build this Jurassic Park.
So that was actually bringing me to my next point. I was going to ask if there are any returning characters that players can expect to see in Chaos Theory mode. You mentioned Dr. Wu as well.
Yes.
So BD Wong returning to play the much younger Dr.
Right,
Wu.
yeah. And
that sounds really interesting.
That was one of my favourite moments across the whole project, across all of Jurassic World Evolution 2's development, because I think, having worked with him last time, he was obviously playing the modern day Wu, and that's a very different to a 90s Wu where, you know, maybe he's a bit more fresh-faced and kind of enthusiastic about his endeavours in bioengineering. But yeah, that was amazing, just watching BD, because we've done both the modern day Wu and the 90s Wu in the same session, and just seeing his approach to that, his shift, kind of a much more kind of positive outlook. It was it was wonderful just seeing that switch in an actor like that, because all of them, they're just brilliant to work with, and he could just change.
Really?
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun, because it's very interesting to see, to sort of compare and contrast the first time we meet him, and then when he shows up again in Fallen Kingdom or in Jurassic World. There's a strong contrast there between the young and ambitious scientist and the very older, more experienced scientist as well. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what that looks like in the game as well. And
obviously it's quite restrained in a way. He's not going to be over the top.
No, he's not a mad scientist, of course. No.
But at the same time, you can tell that there is a bit more of a purity and innocence to him in those days. So hopefully it's noticed and enjoyed.
I can't wait to see it. As a fan of the franchise myself, I'm very much looking forward to it. Are there any other, maybe?
Yes, of course. So Dr. Ian Malcolm makes an appearance. He's obviously a very prominent figure.
Yes.
So he's always been a figure to help give you advice, whether you choose to take it or not. It's up to you. But
I feel like his advice often boils down to, don't do this.
Exactly.
You don't know the consequences.
Yeah. So as always, Jeff is a fantastic feature in this game. So it's wonderful having him be a part of Chaos Theory mode as well. So that's great. And then as we move to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we have Bryce Dallas Howard. You know, she's so instrumental in those levels. She really brings the character of Claire to life, and I think that is a really wonderful character to explore more this time around, because Jurassic World Evolution, we had her present and she was able to help you as you shaped your park, but this time she's just so much more deeply embedded in the narrative. And I think that's it allows you to see a slightly different side to Claire, because she's been on a tremendous journey as you go from like the operations manager side, Claire of Jurassic World, to the DPD era of Fallen Kingdom.
That sounds very interesting. I'm absolutely looking forward to it.
Is the campaign footage here yet?
To take a brief pause right here. We're gonna switch James out with
Toast!
Davies, one of our designers. Talk to him a little bit, and then coming up, we've got some campaign.
Buy some Toast plushies. They're really fun.
We will be right back.
I guess it's hypothetical in a way, but when you're in the universe, it feels very plausible. So I think that's been the interesting aspect of it, is how do these things collide? How does this thing that is patently kind of on the face of it not realistic, but, you know, within the universe, within the situations that we're depicting, it's kind of it's all too real, and I think that's. And now that we're
Creepy.
Now that we're in sort of